Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live. We are live. Big up to you, Nuruddin. Hope you're well. Hope life is good. And we're here, Straightjacket Podcast 336. It feels like it's been a minute, since we've done one of these, because I've been out and about. One time I'm in Bilbao, come back from South Africa now. But yeah, man, good to be back, man, Nuruddin. How are you, man? How are you? I can't hear you. You're on mute. You're on mute.
So glad that you're home, back and safe. Watch the vlogs. Look like you had an amazing time. Big up to Southern African brothers and sisters.
Come on.
Big up to that Southern Africa, beautiful place. Big up to them.
Yeah. No, big up, man. It was amazing, man. The culture, the people. I got to meet Lesso as well. Shout out to Lesso, who's a part of this channel, part of your channel as well. Big up to him, man. And the amount of love. I tried to FaceTime you, Nuruddin, man.
Yeah, you know what? To be fair, I've been busy, bro. It's been busy weeks, yeah.
Yeah. I tried to FaceTime Nuruddin, man, because the people are like, yo, where's Nuruddin, man? But hopefully, definitely, we're going to come back, man. One time we'll go back.
Love to them people, man.
Yeah.
Love to all the people, man. Love to all the brothers and sisters out there, man. Love.
Yeah. Love, man. How you been, man? Listen, my day's not been great. My fillers come out, man. Guys, so basically, I was meant to have a root canal treatment, yeah? I don't want to really get a root canal treatment. So what I've done is I went and got a filler. So my filler's now come out of my tooth out there. So I'm going to have to go to the dentist after this. So that's been my day, Nuruddin. What's your day been like?
Yeah, good. Met with my colleagues. Had a catch up with them. Had some lunch. Yeah, really lovely. Really lovely,
Yeah, really absolutely. Lovely. Yeah. So big up to you, man. Big up to you. Hopefully, Musa will be here. Miller can't be here. I think she's got an injury, man.
Yeah, big up to Mina.
Big up to Mina, man.
We'll pray for her, but yeah, sending healing energy to our queen, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We don't need more injuries, man. United, like in the medical department, it's not great out there, man. So hopefully Mina's got better medical facilities than United. But listen, what's going on, man? United, like in January now, man, it's been Cunha, and that's about it, man. It's been very, very quiet at the minute, Nordin. It's like
Giddy FC. We're telling me these combinations and that combination. We need a goalkeeper side. We need a centre half. We got 3 centre halves that are injury prone. We need a right wing back. I don't want to see Abrigado tax Diego Dalot tax next season. Yeah. Who's going to pass them the ball? We need a midfielder who can pass the ball. Do you want to see Bruno and Casemiro?
I know.
We're going to get rammed through like nobody's business. So this obsession, I just love the way these journalists brainwash the fans. And that's why I rate your tweet. You were like, listen, we need other areas strengthening.
Yeah.
It's not just right for people.
Yeah.
But yeah, Giddy FC is a full force, and now everybody's clickbaiting the fans. The journalists are doing it, the agents are doing it, the football clubs are doing it. So it is what it is. It's the merry-go-round. It's crazy season, isn't it? It's guy time. Guy time levels.
Schneider.
Schneider, the Dutch player.
Schneider. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know what it is, though?
Type of levels. Will he? Won't he? I prefer this. I prefer that. He snobs this. He snobs that. Listen. As far as that cyborg is concerned, people like me snubbed him anyway. We didn't want him. I was never convinced by Victor Gyökeres. Never.
Yeah.
I'm not actually any of the strikers that we're linked with. I'm not necessarily convinced by anybody other than Mateta.
Yeah.
He's done it here. He's done it here, mate. He's done it here.
Yeah. He's done it. He's probably proven it.
He's done it. He's done it for a team that's around those mid-table mediocre FC, man.
Yeah. You know what's mad, even for me, Nordin, I haven't got the energy to be giddy this year, man. Like, I feel like it's such a big summer, Nordin, that even me, I've not got no shades. There's no scarves. There's no banners. No flags. Even me, because I'm like, bro, there's so much to do, yeah? We finished 15th. Like that Bilbao has really humbled me, bro. Like, it's really, really come to home, like how big of a job. We got beat by Tottenham Hotspur. That will scar me for a long while, yeah. And I feel like for me, it's like, it's so much to do, bro. Like, on to the next one. Like, I thought to myself, yeah, like, we got Cunha. I thought, right, next one's gonna be quick. And Mbuemo. Then it's gonna be another one here. Then it's gonna be midfielder. Like, it does feel a little bit slow. And I feel like for me, it's like, there's too much to be done, bro, Nordin. And I just hope that you hope and you pray that shit's gonna happen, bro. Because if we don't, then it's gonna be another season of failure, bro. I genuinely think for me, next season will be the same season if these things aren't prioritized, Nordin. Because we said it, Nordin, there needs to be at least 5 to 7 stars in the team. I said minimum there has to be around about 6 players that come into the squad, yeah, and they instantly improve the team. We're not talking about players that, like they come in, but then you're not sure.
Development. We're not looking for no developmental plans.
No, we're not, Nordin. We're not looking for development. We're looking for players that come into the team.
Instant impact.
Straight impact. I can see the Cunha one being a straight impact, but who else is out there, man? What's going on?
Cunha left to his own devices. He's not going to make that much of an impact, Saeed. He's not. We need
on his own. Yeah, he's not on his own. It's not on his own. He has to be a part of a team. But why do you think there is a bit silent this year, like so far right now? Is it a case of, we're not priority anymore? We're 15th. Like we see Gyökeres go to Arsenal. You probably already knew that beforehand anyway. But like, what is it? Why is it slower this year? Why do you think it will be more slower this year?
I just genuinely, Saeed, I think a lot of us, we, as fans, innit, we're emotional. We love our football club and we support the football club. Yeah, we don't support the owners necessarily. But unfortunately, we've got owners and, in Ineos now, the Glazers and Ineos. To me, they January told us everything that we needed to know.
Yeah.
And I know that you always saying that football is a humbler. That's your quote.
Yeah, it is.
Football is a humbler.
Yeah.
And it saddens me that you had to go to Bilbao to really see how much of a humbler Manchester United is.
Yeah.
where we
Right.
are. So
Right.
for me, I think the intentions were made clear by January because they got the guy in mid-season in November, and they didn't back him in January. They had 2 months to prepare to get somebody in loans. So for me, that told me everything that needs to be told. They're not doing anything surgically. People will say, "Oh, but transfers till the 31st of August," and I'm saying to them, it's simple. So how come other clubs can get their business done and take their place to pre-season? Pre-season, Saeed, is what he needed. That's everybody's making excuses for him. Yeah, people calling him scammering. I think that's a bit unfair. But for me, he needs to have a pre-season because I promise you now, like people like me, I'm just asked about the quality of football. Saeed.
Yeah.
I'm a match goer. Like I want to see good football. I want to see United bop teams off the park, win, lose or draw. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I want to come back and be excited in that, oh, look at that bit of combination play. Look at that goal that we scored. All of those different things, yeah? That's what I want, yeah? But unfortunately, Manchester United, because all that video that keeps going around going, we're Manchester United. But we're not. Technically, we're not, because you found out that we're not. We're technically up, but we're not really, right? We're not, because we're owned by vultures who don't want to win. Who only want, the only thing the Glazers and Ineos would only ever want is top four, top five, because that's the only thing, and that's the 13 years. I can only go by what the evidence that it is, what the record is, by the data. That's all I could go by. So for me, I wasn't expecting a big summer anyway. I wasn't. But the club knows. One thing the club knows is how to get the fans giddy and how to get certain big channels excited and to be engaged. And I always think it's fault, and that's why I've got a small little channel, and now all the Zionists are attacking it as well. By the way,
of course.
All the Zionists are attacking me, and now even the government of Israel is putting adverts on my channel, bro. Can you imagine?
Wow.
They're putting adverts on my channel. 3-4 people saying, "Yo, the ad when it goes to advert Israel."
That's crazy.
But that's how mad it is. But listen, Saeed, somebody's got to keep it real, and because I just tell it as it is, and some people don't like it, and some people will call it negative, but the evidence is always on my side. So for me, I understand people have to get giddy, and I think people like you, who would have been giddy a long time ago, would have been excited, naturally excited for your football club to think this is that we're going to change.
Yeah,
I think when they've worn you out, Saeed, that's saying something.
They've worn me out already. I'm tired now. I'm tired, bro, because I feel like I don't trust the manager. And I don't really trust the board. And I feel like there's a lot to do, Nuruddin. And it's like, we're looking at a Katika, and I'm like, what? It's a bit of a risk, that. It's a bit of a risk. We're not going to get Enquiries. Osimhen's not going to really come to the club. Like, what are we trying to do? Like, midfield. I'm not seeing any links to midfielders. That's a concern for me. We're not hearing about any players that are leaving the door right now at the minute. I don't know. I always said to myself, what goes out of the football club is a big, big thing, for Man United. Like, getting players out is a big thing, because we have a lot of players that aren't good enough for the football club, and they're gonna have to raise cash. Hoyland, we need to get. It's the reality, guys, man. Like, sales need to happen, and these part that have been part of the failure can't be there next year. We can't be getting players here that have been here last year or the year before that have been part of failure, bro. They need to go. They need to go, man. So, and for me, it's like, when I see Man City, do what they did, so quick, I'm like, yes, they've got Champions League football. Yes, they are, one of the biggest clubs in the world, but they're getting stuff done early. They've done it in January. They did it now. And they're not even where we are. We need to be on this kind of like idea that we need to be cutthroat. We need to be quick. We need to be assertive. We need to be on it, bro. And, you see right now, there ain't no time now. And Mbuemo, as much as we think he's going to come to Man United and we're confident, like, you're leaving that space there for Tottenham to come and invite themselves into this. Like, I'm having Jordan today on the midday live saying to me, don't worry, we're getting Mbuemo. Like, who do they think they are, bro? They got one Europa League, and then they all started to get their chest out, because United are vulnerable right now, Nuruddin. United are in a vulnerable position where they're not in control. Yeah, they may have the preference of where certain players want to go, but the budget, the bid, how quick they are, how decisive they are, They're not in control right now. And that right there, for me, is a concern, bro. It is a concern. I'm not like, saying that it's all over because it's still start a window. But because you know what it is for me, Lord, yeah? It's like the first choices are good. Once you start getting to the second, third choices, they're not that great, Nordin. The quality of the market now, Nordin, ain't great. Like, do you look at the market, you're like, wow, I've got so many options here. Or are the players that you wanted, like the Cherky and them, man, not to Man City. The guys that you probably wanted are going to other clubs. And you're going to have to say, you know what? It is what it is. So I feel like for me, it's one of them.
The biggest thing what I wanted to say exactly and follow from what you just said there is that this coach needs a pre-season. And he needs to have the players who can play in that system, show them the way to do it with a pre-season. Because we know that what happened last season when we went to the US, we were flying there everywhere, right?
Everywhere, yeah, no.
And then what happened when we came back? Remember what Ten Hag said?
Yeah.
We're not ready for the season.
We're not ready for the season.
4 games in, he's still saying we're not ready. 5 games in, saying we're not ready. And the point what I wanted to make to you is that the idea that he's going to get any time or grace next season is laughable. Yeah. And actually, you see the way that they got him to sign a deal. They don't have to pay him that much to sack him. So it all works out. So it is what it is.
No. You don't.
So I posted the question. I did a video yesterday, and I said, what about if Amorim's ex-players don't want to come because Amorim's telling them, yo, I don't know how long I'm going to be here.
Yeah.
My guy threatened to walk away twice. That he'd won in January and win at the end of the season.
I know. I know.
And people are telling me, oh, I'm making stuff up. That is a valid question to have when a guy's threatened to walk away twice in the space of 6 months. Yeah, so at the end of the day, for me, it's about the pre-season side. Can Manchester United get what they need for them to be able to maybe finish in the top half of the table?
Oh gosh, man! Top half of the table, that is a sad reality.
So for me, I'll tell you, I'm not even watching what City are doing in the transfer, what Liverpool are doing in the transfer, what Arsenal are doing in the transfer. So you know what I'm looking for? I'm looking at what Palace are doing in the transfer, what Brentford are going to do, who's the new Brentford coach going to be. I'm looking at who's Brighton, what business Brighton are doing. Brighton just signed a centre half from Italy, Fiorentina, if I'm not mistaken. I'm looking at. I'm not looking at top of the table. I'm looking at our competitors side. I'm looking at the mid-team mediocre.
You know what it is though? It's like, I think obviously you got to remember, like, with Thomas Frank leaving, they're gonna have to find a manager that suits what they're trying to do in it, and they actually have to keep their players. Good thing about us that we are starting to see the Bournemouths and them man get raided, but they do have a good knack of replacing their players. They've got a recruitment team. That's what they're very good at, good recruitment team. Oh, the problem is though, when we go to these clubs and we buy them players, they're gonna sell them for a lot of money. That's Semenyo, Say if we don't get Mbuemo, Semenyo will cost us around 70 million. It will be upwards up to 70 million. United can't afford to pay 70 million for a player that ain't worth it, bro. He ain't worth it there. He ain't worth probably about 40 million, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So United are gonna have to pay extortionate prices if they miss out on their first targets, like a Diblin. If teams find out that Man United have missed out on their first targets, best believe now they can demand what they want. Really, let's be honest. They can demand what they want because United are not in a luxury position, Jordan. And that is not only do the club need that, but the club needs it. The fans need it as well. A reality check of where we're at right now. Like, we might have flirted with the idea of Gyökeres, but he's chosen Arsenal. He wants to go to Arsenal. Osimhen, can we afford his wages? I'm not sure we can. Ekatike is an interesting one because it's like, they're demanding 85 million, but United
tell him to lay up the pipe. Tell him to lay up the pipe. So he's got 15 goals in one season and they're demanding that amount of money. The kid was let go from PSG. How much did they buy him from PSG, by the way? How much did he cost?
35 million.
So he should be worth at the most 55 now.
55, yeah. At
the most.
But you got to remember, it's like they're good at selling, Frankfurt, they've got a good history of selling players, bro. And it's like,
at the end of the day, so listen, it is what it is. For me,
I don't know why we just go to Palace, man. Go to Palace.
At the end of the day, Ekatike is somebody he needs development. He needs development. He's in his journey. Yeah. And I would advise him not to come to Manchester United. All due respect to him, I would
He's a
advise.
United fan, so he might say to you, you know what, it's a dream come true.
No, I understand that, but he doesn't understand what we know. He doesn't know what we know, sorry.
Yeah.
I say United, but he doesn't know what we know. That he'll be trending on Twitter when he misses a chance, and the fans will be calling him another how crappy he's getting him out and all of that kind of stuff because he's not being developed. And you can't come and develop in a club that's crisis. Manchester United need season in, season out pros. That's what they need, right? Once you get to a certain level of stability, then you can take chances, on youngsters. You can have that mix and blend, but you can't just bring a youngster and then feed him to the wolves side. You're like feeding him to the wolves. It's not.
Yeah, facts, bro. Facts. I generally think for me, it's like we've got to be careful where the budget's been spent. Like the budget with Man United, like it's not a lot, but I think for me, the midfield area, bro, it's like there's got to be space for that midfield, man. But what could be worse is that they might look at the midfield and think there's a lot of players there. There's Collier, there's Ugarte, there's Casemiro, there's Bruno, and you got one game a week. Maybe they might not see midfield as a key area for United to be building from. Like generally, I looked at it. You know what?
People are getting it twisted. It's one match a week till the League Cup starts, the FA Cup starts, right?
Yeah, the League Cup starts early for us because we're now in there. We finished 15th, so we're in the second round. We're in the second round now of the League Cup.
Exactly. So we're gonna get a couple of games, so people can still get games. But for me, even when it's one game a week, do I trust this manager? Is this coach showing me that he can put a game plan together? I don't know. We're all gonna find out. But the big thing for me is that Manchester United need experience when you're in trouble. You don't need youngsters because you need to have a mix of experience and young, but you need to have a developmental plan. And I don't see any developmental plan for Manchester United. There's no developmental plan. So buying a youngster is a big trick. But Saeed, Wilcox is now the most powerful man at Manchester United.
Yeah.
He's one. Now is a photo with who? Wilcox. It's not with the coach anymore. So they're just buying players. So Wilcox is the guy. And if you see the quote, that what Jim Glazer says about him, it's laughable.
What does he say? What does he say?
He basically thinks he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And that is dangerous.
The thing is, though, he says that about everyone, though, Jim.
No, specifically. He's the only person he's praised. And he actually said, we don't have a data team. We've got Jason's eyes. We've got Jason Wilcox's eyes.
You know what I will say though? I do think Jason Wilcox is probably the only guy in the football club that has a bit more football brain. Like he has a bit about football kind of idea and understanding. I don't think Omar Barada does. I don't think Dan Ashworth, to be honest with you, had more than him. I think for me, when I look
actually Dan Ashworth, to be fair, he said we're not compatible with Amorim.
Probably. You know what? Probably he did probably the most. But when you look at it, even then, the other guy here, what's his name? Dave, Dodgy Dave. Did he have one? Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. The only one. Me and you having
a conversation about him on this podcast. Me saying to you, Dave doesn't have a fucking Scooby Doo Dodgy Dave.
He doesn't.
Did I tell you that? So why did the whole fan base have to wait around for a year for him to get found out? How come I know? And I'm just on your podcast. How come I know it?
I know.
He doesn't have a Scooby Doo.
It's crazy, man. But I do believe for me, it's like Vivell and Jason Wilcox are the guys that are the footballing guys in this group here.
We track people by their record. They're good at spotting talent, but they were at clubs that can develop young players. The whole of the Red Bull,
cattle fish.
All of the Red Bull, they're very good at getting young players and developing them. Southampton is, whether you like it or not, they're very good at developing young players. They've always produced players, Southampton Academy, right? Man City, they developed players, younger players, and they've sold them on. So Manchester United, when was the last time Manchester United developed young society? Class of 92, really. Winners.
Yeah, properly.
Yeah. So the idea that Vivall and Wilcox have got experience in developmental plans with clubs that are stable. Southampton, yo-yo club, but stable. It's not try to be a league contender, mid-table team. They're a yo-yo club. They come up, they go down, but they still produce youngsters.
Yeah. People say Rashford, but Rashford, to be honest with you, Ali, he had passed his career.
He's one-dimensional footballer.
Yeah. By the way, Rashford, by the way, he might be still he might be still at the football club because he's part of the crew that aren't available for football shirts on the thingy. His football shirt can still be printed on Megastore. Sancho and Ante can't. So I don't know where Rashford's going. I'll be honest with you, man. Because now Nico Williams going Barcelona. I wonder where Rashford actually goes. Or do you reckon it's another?
Williams was going to. I thought it was going to Atletico Madrid or something like that.
No. His dream move was Barcelona, man. But apparently
his best friend. You see Lamal, his boy.
Yeah, Lamine Yamal's his boy, but it's like one of them where it's like, if Nico Williams is going to Barcelona, I wonder where he actually ends up going, what I mean? Is there a case of like he might get second chance at United? I don't think so, man. That would be crazy for the manager to actually do that. The manager to give him another chance, that would be crazy, bro. Like, honestly.
I don't see that happening. I see another loan incoming. I think it might be Italy this time. Or another Spanish team. Or Italy, yeah.
I don't know if he's possibly, he could do a little McTominay there, you know what I'm saying? And do
Napoli.
Yeah, maybe Napoli, but
alone Napoli with Scott.
Yeah. But like I said, bro, I think for me, this transfer window, the priority for me should be midfield. Then you can go again. If you can go Mbuemo, the next one should be a midfielder, not the striker. I believe United right now need to be focusing on that midfield because it is very, very much a case of like, we had problems last year with that midfield, man. But my worry is that there's no links to midfielders. There's no profiles being mentioned. Onana, we're hearing about Onana as well. Apparently Onana's looking to stay as well. Your best friend Onana. Like, Onana's the broker for this deal, So apparently he gets a little bit of a pass, Nuruddin. What do you make to that, Nuruddin? If he was the one to get Mbuemo over the line, does that mean he should stay at the football club? Because there's been a lot of debate online whether Onana should stay if he's the one that breaks the deal for Mbuemo, and he's the one that convinced him. But bro, I've said it from day one, Nuruddin. I don't think Onana goes, Like, I think a lot of people think, but Onana, like, genuinely, bro, like, they've got to be bids to come in. We've got damaged players, bro. Reputation damaged, CV damaged. Like, I don't know, like, who would want Onana, Like, real talk, like, I get it,
the only place, but I think Al-Tilal said, no, thank you, we got a better keeper. Everybody knows Onana's out of his depth, all due respect. I was warning people before he even kicked the ball for Manchester United or signed on a dotted line. I think it's one of the greatest mysteries for me how Mason Mount and Onana, that transfer window where those players came in. For me, I will never understand, and I will never forgive the people who sanctioned those two transfers. But Onana, I'm afraid, I personally think you should get another keeper to challenge him. If you can't go, then you get another keeper to go and challenge him. You need to buy another goalkeeper that can challenge him. I've been looking into that young guy, Sané. He's a young Belgium goalkeeper we've been linked with. He's like...
Where's he play?
He's a goalkeeper. Sané Lemons. I'll show you him in a minute. Let me just show you.
Okay. The only keeper I've been linked with is Emi Martinez. That's the only one right now so far we've seen. We've been actual links.
This is the kid.
Who's he play for?
He plays for Belgium team. Let me just get you up for him. 1 second.
Yeah, I've never seen him play. I can't lie to you, but we don't need an upcoming keeper, bro, man. Relax.
No, Saeed, trust me. This kid, he plays for Antwerp. This kid is special, Saeed. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's special.
But anyone can be special, bro.
Saeed, trust me.
Don't get caught up in the numbers, man, Nuruddin, man.
Saeed, it's not the numbers. Saeed, it's not just the numbers. I'm not gonna lie to you. His whole physicality. Just YouTube him. When you see certain but his attributes are made for the Premier League. He's physically dominant, Saeed. Comes out for crosses, collects them. A league that where crosses, Saeed on penalties is unbelievable on penalties.
I don't know, man, Nuruddin, man. I see these stats. Nuruddin, you're gonna tell me later on. You see these stats when Onana was there at Inter Milan, bro.
No, I never saw any stats. I knew Onana wasn't a goalkeeper. Saeed, this kid here, he's got it all. For me, you should go and get, if you can't go and get somebody Onana's going to go, get somebody like him. And if he gets a game, people will see how levels of Onana he is. I promise you, it's not going to take you that long.
I don't know, man. This, I can't lie, bro. Like, it just screams to me that we're just buying someone that's random. That
it's not, Saeed. It's not. United have been scouting him. They've had people to go there and watch him, Saeed. He's not.
Yeah.
Listen.
I'd rather go get Emi Martinez though. You know, Emi Martinez is Premier League.
Because I think Emi Martinez is on his way down. I think he makes reckless things. He does what he did. He cost Villa the Champions League place by his stupidness.
Yeah.
You know it's a whole game to go. You let the guy score. You can come back in the game. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't get sent off. The biggest thing, Saeed, I've already told you the goalkeeper I wanted. But I actually like the look of this kid that I showed you. The goalkeeper I want, the Manchester United should go and get. And who's got it about him, Saeed? It's the kid at Burnley. But you keep telling me he's going to...
He's going to Newcastle. He's going to Newcastle.
So for me, he's the guy that I want, right? I want Costa, Saeed. You know that. I want Costa, right? Manchester United not got the money to go and get Costa. James Trafford for me, because I'm like you, any players from, especially goalkeepers from foreign abroad, I'm like, PTSD, man. I don't know how you're going to develop. But what I'm saying to you about this selling like lemons, everything that I see is attributes, Saeed. Says that he can play in a physical league. That's what I mean. Like, he can play the physical league. And he actually talked about the Premier League, that he wants to play. I'm not with Emi Martinez. I think Emi Martinez is... That's why Villa are getting rid of him, Saeed, because I think he's dropping levels. He
has dropped since the World Cup. He has dropped levels, though. I can't lie to you. He hasn't been the same player since the World Cup. He hasn't really been, man, the same player. If I'm being honest with you. Let me get these super chats in.
So why are we getting? So why are we getting Villa rechecks? Is that with the levels that we're at now, Saeed?
I want to say the Villa recheck, though. I just think for me, he can stabilize.
Villa are getting rid of me for the reason, Saeed.
No, but I'd rather get him, stable goalkeeper, next 2 years or whatever, short-term option, and then go from there, man. Like,
he's not stable though, Saeed. He's not stable though. You said these.
But the thing is, though, he's still a decent shot stopper.
Saeed, Manchester United need somebody who could save us points. Stable. To me, that's why I'm saying to you, get a young keeper that can challenge Unana. Because I wouldn't want Emi Martinez for me because his levels have dropped. I don't care when it is. And for me, it just shows the fan base when we get things into our heads. Martinez is the Villa recheck. Villa are getting rid of him for the reason, and they link with who they link with. You know who they link with? The kid from
Chevalier.
Yeah. But they want 70 million, and they're smoking the same thing that people at Frankfurt are smoking as well.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, we need to get rid of Ronaldo, though. That's the main aim, though. So, like I said, you don't have to get I'd rather go get the Serbian Don then. Let's go get Serbian Don.
Nah, the Serbian Don is horrendous, Side. Listen, he got benched by De Gea. De Gea is a granddad in goalkeeping.
What do you mean, De Gea?
The Serbian is at Fiorentina, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he's at Torino.
But he's owned by Fiorentina, isn't he?
No, I don't think so.
He is.
Savage.
Yes.
He got benched by De Gea. Well, De Gea is a good keeper, to be fair. So
Here we go.
I would listen. My thing is, though, I'm just letting you know, though, isn't it? Like, where's been benched by De Gea? I don't get it. Where have you seen that?
De Gea is a good keeper.
He didn't get benched by De Gea. He's been playing for Torino, Lecce Gdansk, and Vadivino, and Man United. Like, he's not been playing for Fiorentina. Standing Liège alone. That's about it, really.
I thought it was.
What are you talking about here?
I really think that he's owned by Fiorentina.
I think you're talking about a different keeper.
Milinkovic Savic guy.
Yeah, it's Milinkovic Savic. He's a different keeper, man. He plays for Torino. Plays for Torino, bro. I'll show you right now. Like he's
still a mess. We don't need him. Why do we want him for?
Because for me, we need to get rid of Ronaldo. That's why.
Forget that. We need a young goalkeeper.
Yeah, I've watched this guy. I've watched him. He was crap when he was a youth player at United. He's not that great.
Yeah, but youth player, man. Everyone was crap.
Nah, Saeed, he's crap now. He's crap now. Are you taking the Saeed? Do you know how long it takes Unana to dive? I needed to get a video of him now. Watch it. Saeed,
everyone's bad. But this random keeper.
But you see a goalkeeper.
He's not random. He's not random.
It's
Saeed. Belgian goalkeeper is not random.
Is the next big thing, by the way.
United are scouting him. Teams are after him, mate.
How much is he? How much is he going for?
This kid, he's only you can get him for 27 million.
See, goalkeepers, goalkeepers. Look at Arsenal. Arsenal picked up Chelsea's reject for 5 million, and he was playing well.
Back up. I don't think you need to do.
Arsenal never had Kappa.
If he's got Kappa for 5 million.
Yeah. If he's a competent goalkeeper, yeah, I'm okay with that. I just need a competent goalkeeper.
Well, this guy's competent side.
You don't need to spend more than 20 million on a goalkeeper. It's not that deep.
I'm with you, Musa. I'm with you.
Onana is just doing things that's making us feel like we have to go and get someone special. But really, if Onana done the basics, we wouldn't even be trying to replace Onana.
We wouldn't. That's the whole point. Yeah. He hasn't done the basics.
Not that deep.
He hasn't done that basics. That's the problem. He hasn't done the basics.
I don't even want to think about the goalkeeper. Just go and get me someone for 5-10 million and let him keep the goal. That's just the end of it. I don't even want to worry about it, if I'm honest with you. And we definitely don't need that Martinez guy. We don't need no more hotheads in goal. My man's a hothead. Man United would be nuts to go and get that Martinez guy who's a hothead, who's going to be yelling at the back four, yelling at Bruno. Even if we know Bruno's done something wrong, we just don't need no cameras on our goalkeeper. We don't want it's long. For me, we need to get someone who you don't even know he's there.
Yeah. David Ornstein has just dropped this about Chelsea, man. Chelsea make verbal inquiry to Lyon regarding Malik Fofana, 20-year-old winger, more multiple options. Chelsea considering, Jadon Sancho exit, nothing advanced.
I like that kid, man. That kid.
Yeah, he was good. I like he was
penalty at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
But when he came on though, he tore us apart, bro. We're lucky he didn't start the first game, man.
Yeah.
We would have been out, bro.
And we're lucky they didn't have 11 players on the pitch, Saeed. We're lucky they didn't have 11 players on the pitch.
Yeah, this guy, I'm with you now, Noreen. A new one. He's a baller.
I'm with Noradine now, Saeed. Yeah, you see what? Ineos, the whole structure stuff is just fake, man. It's all fake, man. I ain't got time for it. I'm looking at players going in to other clubs, leaving other clubs. We've meant to have gone to and spent all this money on this new structure and all of that stuff, and we're still flipping. Wilcox can't get his man from flipping South. What's his name? From Ipswich.
Yeah.
That went Chelsea. That striker, what's his name? That's hyping now over there. Wilcox, man, that everyone said we were going to get at the start of the window. That striker.
Trying to think now. Who's that?
Chelsea. The one Chelsea got us off us.
Chelsea got
the one you wanted. Delap.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, everyone said that was his man. We couldn't get him over the line. We're running around and we're getting told that, flipping Amorim's going to get his boys in. Remember, there was 2 players that we all knew about that came from Amorim's squad, that if they were the only 2 players we can get is what United want. It was Quenda and it was flipping my man up front. Both of them are not trying to play for Amorim. What does that tell you?
Exactly. It's true. Nah, you spot on, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. You are spot on. You are spot on.
You would have wanted to bring from Sporting was Quenda and Gyökeres. And
Gyökeres, that were the 2. They were the 2. And
both of them are not really fancying playing for Amorim. We're just sitting here watching other and I remember someone in the group chat said you can't just get.
We just need to be on the ball, but we're not on the ball right now.
Why though?
Bro, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what's going on. We're waiting for Mbuemo.
United.
I know. It's peak right now. I can't lie to you, bro. Like we're exploring the idea of things. Like we're exploring where we're seeing if there's an opportunity there. We're the big opportunists right now. We tried to see if Gyökeres is available, but we weren't really.
Jim the Rat said it's about the summer. We're going to rebuild the team in the summer. We're not spending in the winter. It's all about the summer. The summer comes in and we're exploring. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
We're inquiring, Musa.
Inquiring.
Listen, I'm hearing Nottingham Forest being linked with 3 Brazilians who are playing.
Yeah, they got all in one goal.
They've got them already.
Yeah,
3 at 1.
Togo. Yeah. Let me get these super chats in quickly, man. Everyone, please keep my radio friend and her family in prayer. She lives in Tehran. They're safe at the moment, but I'm worried for them. Listen, you know what? Solidarity to anyone who's in Iran right now, man. Big up to the people of Iran, man. Always, man.
Stop Zionism.
Yeah, absolutely. Root canal can be the most painful thing I've ever experienced, and I've been in United for 34 years, so just add some context. Smash the likes. Big up my guy Craig, man. I hope you're well, man. A Mbuemo deal could still slip through agent Onana's hands. And big up to Nadu, man. Hope you're well, my bro. And Nadu. Shout to Nadu,
big
man.
Big up
Nadu. You know what it is, bro? Like, yo, I don't know if you guys see it here, but Carl Anker made a report today about the manager's kind of almost like,
the preference. Yeah.
Yeah, preference.
Solanke didn't have to write that. We all knew what kind of striker we need. I've been saying this for years. You could have asked me this. Somebody who can hold up the ball. Somebody who can hold up the fucking ball. Who can bring people into play.
Yeah. So he's putting there. Shout out to Kalanko, by the way. Big up to him. He says, from a very quick summary of Amorim's time at Sporting, he likes to follow with things from a centre forward. Someone who's tall and able to play with his back to goal. A centre forward who can get hold of the ball, kicks and works as a hook from which Amorim's other attackers can get close is welcome. Strikers with explosive pace suitable for running behind defenses or running the channels. Solid, repeatable ball striking methods. Players who can turn a half chance into a goal because they can finish past the goalkeeper at the near post. Amorim likes a forward who is happy to shoulder the goal-scoring burden and shoot in high volume. What do you make of that, guys? What do you make of that one?
I think that's just flipping AI waffle, man. ChatGPT, man. Nonsense. That's just AI, ChatGPT. Amorim's got in there and said, world-class number 9, AI, tell me what it looks like. And it's come out with that.
Yeah, come out with what Amorim's talked about. It is all his press conferences.
Come on, guys. Like, everything that they said there is what you expect from a number 9. What else are you going to get? Someone that's fast, someone can hold up the ball, and someone that shoots. That's why he's a number 9. Number 9, they're always number 9s because they're always shooting and goal. They love to score.
To be fair, nobody's got all those attributes in these days. Nobody has.
Nobody's got them. Nobody's got them.
Not everybody's got all those. So
you know what we just described though? That was like Chicharito. That was just Chicharito right there.
I know. There
used to be a load of them before. That's Chicharito.
They're not anymore. For me, he's describing Mateta there. I don't know about the explosive pace, but Mateta is the guy for me.
Yeah, he's strong and he's got enough pace to get away from a.
But he can bring the most important thing for me. Can he link the play?
Yeah, he can link the play. Yeah. Remember, Chicharito was good at that.
But Saeed, Amorim is a hypocrite because before the match international, the match in the month of March, Zerfi was linking the play, and then after the match international, he drops him and keeps hiding.
I know.
You're a fucking hypocrite there, mate. You're a hypocrite. The guy who was knitting everything neatly together for you in attack, you took him out of the team for no reason. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Mateta for me is the only person that I've seen in the Premier League that can do that. Yeah. I don't rate Victor Figueroa. I've said it before, and I say it again. I don't rate that guy. I think in that league he's stronger and quicker than everybody else. But in the Premier League, you ain't no league. When he comes against in the Champions League, when he came up against defenders where you can't do that to, he wasn't doing anything. And before anybody gives it to me, this wasn't the best Man City team. Man City were horrendous. They were getting slapped every week in the Premier League, right, before you start anything. And in that first half, they missed 100 chances to be 6-0 up, and they didn't, right? So let's give it a rest, right? When people
you know what it is, though, with
he did it against Man City. He did it against Man City.
The thing is with him, he just won't be United's saviour. He won't be our saviour. No. And it's like Haaland. When you see Haaland get marked out of a game, you know, like defended out of a game, people start saying, City might have to go a different route and without Haaland. But at the end of the day, when Haaland gets chances, he scores goals. I think Gyökeres will be similar. I think in a team like Arsenal or Liverpool, or a team that's got everything and you create chances for him, he's going to get you 15, maybe 20 goals a season comfortably. But at United, we're always Saviour FC. He's not going to be a saviour for us. He's not going to get the ball and do something like Osherman and just make it happen on his own. That type of player, or even Ekitike, where you can see in terms of the type of footballer that he is. He's like a Martial. He's like one of those players who he's got a bit more about him. He's just not worth the money they're asking for. He's worth 50 million max.
50 million max, bro.
Maximum. But the type of player we need is that. We need someone that can do a bit more. And I'm not going to lie to you. I just feel like with Cunha being a number 9 and someone who's played it himself, but obviously can play in a 10. Yeah. I just don't think it's that deep, especially when you got Zertsky up there as well.
Yeah, but he prefers. But Musa, just to say, Cunha doesn't like playing up top. He likes to be involved. He gets bored when he's not. He's that type of player.
No, but I think the way the game is now, Amorim's the problem. I don't think it's the players, because you see Dembele playing up front, but he doesn't prefer it. He wants to get involved. I see Dembele flipping defending in that final. My man was
He
defending.
was doing
Yeah,
everything,
but listen, they found some incredibly fluid.
But it's not just them.
We're not talking about Luis Enrique.
You've
Luis
seen it with
Enrique is
Liverpool.
a serious coach. It
Yeah,
takes
but
a
you've
year
seen
and a
it.
half, 2
Yeah,
years.
but you saw it with Liverpool and their little man they had up front. What's his name? The Portuguese kid they're trying to sell.
Yeah.
Diaz.
Diaz. You've seen it with City.
Colombian.
Yeah.
Is it Colombian?
It doesn't matter who's really up front, is it? As long as your front three is connecting the dots.
Of course, it doesn't matter.
Team.
Yeah.
But
You need, for that to happen, though, you need a midfielder to give you the ball again and again.
I know. That's the problem, though.
At the end of the day, Brighton have got a better midfield than us. Facts.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace have got a better midfield than us. Facts. Right? Bournemouth have got a better midfield than us. Facts. So where are we going? Musa, you need to stop comparing us to the... We need to compare ourselves to Brighton, Fulham. Fulham have got better midfield than us.
I don't think they got better midfielders than us.
I don't think they do. So. I think they do.
I don't. I think our manager...
It depends on the system right now.
I think our manager and how he makes our midfielders line up and play makes them look better.
I agree with that as well. I agree with that as well.
I can pick 3 of our players and give them to them lot, and all of a sudden we're going to be talking about their serious players. Ericsson was playing ball. Everybody was going mad for him at Brentford. People think he's dead. He's not dead. I see him come on at United, and I see him still got ability. He's still going to go on and play again. Play him in the right system. Kobe can play. Mainu can play.
Kobe's an interesting one.
Kobe can play. He's not crap. Casemiro can play. He's got something to offer in the right system. Bruno's the only one. A lot of the time, we like to say, "Oh, Bruno this, Bruno that," but I've seen him for Portugal where he's not the main man and he's not in that system at United, and he can do a job. Whether he's the person that you want to know, but all of these players go to Brighton in a different system, and all these teams we talk about, and we start talking about that player, that player, that Brighton's players will come to Man United and get swallowed up in that whole system. Players that we are rating now, bring them to Man United. Bring any Crystal Palace player that you rate. Bring any Brighton player except for flipping Beleba. He's the only one I think that he does a job of 2 men in the middle of the park. Those type of players are rare in terms of how the engine that they have and the way they can control the game. But bring any other player that depends on combinations, system, and everything like. They're just going to get United just an issue. And I think Amorim is causing a bigger issue for the players. He's in an athletic league, asking his team to be ultra athletic again in the system that he's playing. And the guy's got 2 years left on his contract. He starts the season having 1 more contract left after this season. He's not going to see it out. Whatever happens, Amorim, unless Amorim has a great run, he's not seeing the end of the season. He's done at the end of the season.
But we said though that I'd rather him have the whole season than sack him because we then got to change it all again. Because we got to change it all again. Like it's got to be like the board. This is why the board have got to back him though. This is why the board haven't got. They can't give him any excuses. They can't give the club.
It depends, though, Saeed.
Yeah,
it depends at the same time. I think if you bring in a manager like, example, De Zerbi, Xavi, I think a manager who will actually put the players in positions that they're comfortable in and show the best attributes of these players, they will be able to show a certain level for themselves to kind of not finish as bad as we did last season. I think we're afraid of 15th and we're afraid of being at relegation. But I think if you go away from the back 3 and the 2 in midfield and vacating the midfield, and you bring in a manager that wants to control the middle of the park. If you bring in a manager that wants control in that middle of the park, and he says, Kobe, you come here, you're playing in my midfield, and he brings in another player and he says, listen, you lot have to control this park. If you bring in a manager like that, even our right backs are not the worst. Like, what's the name? Mazraoui can play right back in a back 4. He's not bad in that type of system. And you look at the defenders that we've got. Our back 4 is not the worst. Oh, no, I get it. But the back 4 is not really the worst in a proper system. Dorgu as a left back is not bad. I see him internationally. And I've seen his numbers as well in terms of the amount of carries he's had and the positions he's been in. I mark my words, watch how Cunha shows the best of Dorgu. You just watch. Because he's not had the left 10. It's especially flipping Garnacho.
Playing with him as well. That can play alongside him.
And I can actually finish and do something with a ball that's given into him. Because Garnacho's not on it. You'll see the difference from Cunha this season. I mean, Dorgu with Cunha. So I'm more worried about this manager and what he's gonna do.
Yeah, I agree, man. Shout out to Alice, just raided us right now, man. Big up to Alice Talks Football, man. Always big up to Alice. If you haven't subscribed to Alice's channel, man, subscribe to her channel, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Big up to her. She's always doing big things over there. But you know what it is for me? It's like, maybe it's a snowball effect. Like everything's gonna happen all at once, and we're just gonna see bang, 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 bang. Like, you know, like I don't know. I'm trying to. It's copium, minute. It's copium, bro. Because right now, it don't make sense for a club.
What's that trap? Bang, bang, bang.
You know what it is, yeah? It don't make sense for a club to be 15th, yeah?
Bang, bang,
To be this slow. To be this slow. It don't make sense.
Listen, next time you chat to Adewale, ask him about the Femi Kuti trap. Bang, bang, bang. That's what you reminded me of, that bang, bang, bang. You keep
what about the
bang,
sales
bang,
though,
bang,
man? What about the sales though, guys? What we're saying about the sales? Are we active on the sales? Like, where's the money for the Anthony right now? It's been a quiet, you know what I mean? Like, we need our money. Where's my money? Remember that trend? Where's my money?
Now, Anthony's wanted. Anthony goes. I don't think Anthony. I think it's what Man United want for him. But people want Anthony. I think Jadon Sancho's going to go for the price that he's going for. West Ham definitely want Jadon Sancho. So I feel like our players will go out the door. I'm not worried about that. But I just feel like people are going to try and get the best price they can for the players that we got. They're not the only one I would worry about is Rashford. But other than that, I think the rest of them had, good. They had good periods away from the club, and I think also Dortmund want to be kept in the loop with Sancho because they know in terms of the price, and especially if they sell their kid to Chelsea, they know that he can come in and do a job. So I can see that happening, and I can see obviously Bellingham's little brothers over there. So I can see Sancho going back over there. I'm not worried about the players that we think are going out. I'm worried about some of them who I think who are not on the list who should be, like Maguire, like Mason Mount,
Luke Shaw,
Delo, them type of players.
You know what it is though? They get away with it, them guys though, because they do enough to kind of keep them at United though, innit? That's a problem. Availability, like, making sure you're a good professional. They do enough to kind of stay at the football club, and that's the problem. And this is where United we praise the bare minimum sometimes. As a fan base, we're very guilty of that, where we'll praise one or two performances and bang, they should stay forever, should be given a contract. They're not a bad squad player. You know what I'm saying, bro? And that's where our issue lies, is that certain man that shouldn't be here have got a position here. They've got a position here. Whether we like it or not, they'll shoehorn their way into to sides, lineups, on his day, when he's in form.
People
look at
get
what he used to do.
People get injured, and these lot find themselves in the 11.
Why do you think Lindelof's been here for so many years? Because they found their way in to stay here. Like, or when they've been injured, who's going to buy Lindelof? Who's eager to buy Lindelof when he's injured? Like, normally you can see a player, I don't mind injured. But
that
this
whole
brand,
back four,
no hiding.
Yeah, that whole back four that we had there has to go. Delo, Lindelof, Maguire, and Luke Shaw all have to head out the club. Yeah. That whole back four has to go. We don't want to be hearing about, we still got players here from Oli, we still got players here from this manager, Joe. That whole back four has to go. Delo, Lindelof, Maguire, Luke Shaw. Go. Like, we've got enough there in Dalit, Mazraoui, and all of that.
Listen, Musa, you say all of that, but we got 3 centre-halves who are injury prone, and we're playing 5 at the back.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think it's all that, I think
we're playing 5 at the back.
Dillit's injuries are a bit concerning as well, a little bit.
Dillit, Martinez, Maguire, all
injuries here and there.
One of them determines how we play, how far we.
No, but we should get someone in. I think we need to let these lot go and get one. I think we need to get a defender in. I agree on that. But if you're letting 4 of them go, we have to get one in. We know
but you're looking forward to Diego Dalot right wing back next season, my friend. Get used to it. Obrigado, tax. If you know,
Obrigado. You get me?
If you know,
I think for me it's one of them.
Listen, on the positive side, I told you all it's gonna bang, bang, bang. He said it's all gonna change in 2 months' time. Our first preseason game's on the 19th of July.
Bang, bang, bang. That's the new one. Man said bang, bang, bang. It's gonna
Bang,
check
bang,
it.
bang. The silence.
Bang, bang, bang.
Forget. Here we go. Bang, bang,
Bang,
bang.
bang, bang.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you got, bro, these,
That's
bro,
the
you know what it
new
is,
one.
bro? I just
Like
can't do
that.
another season, bro. I can't do another season of this, bro. Like, I genuinely
That's
can't. Bro.
I swear to God, I'm not going to games. I'm not going to games next season. If I have to go and watch five
Here
on the
we
back,
go.
if I have to
new
watch
one is
five on the
bang,
back
bang,
again,
bang.
are you taking the piss? Why am I wasting my time? You go and I'll do the watch alongs, pal. Simple.
Yeah.
I'll
Man,
do
bro,
the-
I don't even do watch alongs is even worse than actually being at the game. At least you can distract yourself. You know what I mean? And whatnot. Like, I think for me, it's one of them where it's like, you know, when I look at the league here now, like, and I see what other teams are doing, bro, it's scary how we're getting excited over players that really should be at United already, bro. We shouldn't even have him to be sorting out this. Like, our holes in our team should be at a minimum when you look at the amount of money we spent, you know, the last 2-3 years, bro. Like, it should just be upgrading certain players here and there. Now we're looking at every position, like, you know what? Every position could be upgraded, you know, and you wouldn't even, you're not even like, it's not even being harsh, you know. Most like, if I could improve every single team in this like playing, I could, I really could. What does that say?
Yeah.
But so genuinely, you've been in South Africa, innit? The question is, what is the South African Reds? What are they saying? Southern African
Bro, they're
Reds?
saying get these players in, bro. They're on it, bro. They're saying that next season needs to be a positive season. We need to get Cunha and Mbuemo. Everyone, bro, like there needs to be
who's the most supported club in Southern Africa? Who's the most supported club out of the English team?
United, still United. Yeah, still United.
Yeah,
they're still United. Like we're still massive.
Another 5-6 years is not going to be people. You know that, don't you? Another decade.
Of course not. Yeah. You have to stay relevant, bro. What are United doing to stay relevant?
Liverpool survived.
Yeah, Liverpool are still there. Yeah, but
they survived.
You know what? In Liverpool, in their doldrums, was still winning like a Champions Leagues now and again. They were still like challenging for a league title. Manchester United are not doing that, Musa. We're not challenging for a league title.
Liverpool are lucky when they were about. They were just a straight. They were always likely to get fourth.
They finished 8th. You know that Liverpool in the doldrums in that years, the lowest they finish is 8th.
Yeah.
No ways though. There's more teams in it now. When Liverpool was about, there was only Arsenal and United. Then Chelsea joined, so they were always thereabouts. So there was only 3 other teams really with the power.
But Musa, you got to adjust to the competition. But we've got
it's a different game. Now you can get left behind.
Musa, you were part of the best in class nonsense as well. And let's not forget. That's what we've got in charge now, the best in class. Best in class FC.
I wasn't a part of that.
Here we go.
I wanted Qatar all the way through. I'll never accept Jim the Rat. I will never accept Jim the Rat.
Here we go. Jim
I tried to come in lastminute.com and buy Chelsea and beg to be allowed to get into the bidding, and they refused him. And he flipping.
My guy got sacked some of the physios and the sport rehab team and said, all I do is stretch before I run a marathon in London. I showed you that, didn't I? I showed you that.
He did.
He's mad.
You did, bro. You did.
That is mad.
See, bro. I got respect for the elders, but he's gone, mate. He's gone when he's talking that waffle. And now, Musa, the person he's give the whole power to is Jason Wilcox. And I've explained this to Saeed. Jason Wilcox was all his track record is buying and developing young players in stable football clubs, not a chaos football club like Manchester United. Both Pavel and Jason only know about youth players, and you know what? You know more than I do, Musa. It's gonna take a lot more than youth to get us out of this hole.
No, we're in problems, and this is why Jurgen Klopp said they said that United was like Disneyland. This is what happens. People come here and they get given these checkbooks and these big offices, and you can do this. Wilcox has never had this in his life. All of a sudden, he can do what he wants in Disneyland.
Yeah, absolutely.
Moreira's the same.
Yeah,
he didn't get this at City. Come here. I think you're running around.
They are getting a lot of freedom, though. They are getting a lot of power at United now. I feel like because they realize, bro, United are on their knees, man. We got
all this Moreda hype. We got all this hype from that guy from City, that Barada guy.
Yeah, I know. I'm a Barada,
bro. But since he's left, have you seen the signings these lot have bought through the door?
Bro.
They're still on it. These lot are picking up Nouri and flipping Cherky for under £70 million.
£70 million, bro. Nouri should have been a banker for United, bro. I don't know how that one got that.
Him and Cherky for 70 million. If you ain't got money and you got two flipping professionals that are operating at that level for under £70 million, what are you waiting for? The kid came to flipping Old Trafford. He's 21 years old. He showed us how he flipping led that Lyon team. Alex Ferguson once upon a time would have signed that kid at half-time. 21 years old, he would have signed him half-time. He's coming next season. He would have got everything ready, the paperwork, deal's done. We're sitting there watching, thinking, oh, he's good, isn't he? Oh, he's going City. What the heck is going on? And this flipping Jim the Rat, all he spoke about is we need to be like City. They play the best football, blah, blah, blah. What are you doing to replicate that? That Amorim was never getting the City job. Don't ever let anyone trick you. Amorim was never going to get that job. City were never going to a flipping back five.
Bro, it's just, you know what, you actually deep here. The system needs a lot of work, man, in terms of like, it needs like, bro, you need to fulfill every single thing that the manager wants, bro. Whether you like the manager or not, bro. Like, whether you think the manager can get the best out of the players, bro, you have to back him, bro. Like, it's as simple as that, bro. Because at the end of the day, everyone's going to fail right now. Last season, you've seen it. The club couldn't help the manager in January. Look at him. Look what happened as a result.
Who was it? Was it when
the backing they got in January? Man City got, bro. They spent what, 250 was it in January? How much did they spend in January? They spent Mamouche.
Yeah, they're about 200
million. Imagine United could have easily maybe finished around about top 8, 9. You know, when you deep it, like when you look at the
players in.
Yeah, if you got the players in there, they would have finished very higher than what we got, but we didn't, and that is a negligence from the club, because they thought that next summer we're going to be in a better position where more players are going to be available. But really and truly, you're seeing it right now where the price is going to go up even more.
Yeah, I saw some stats in terms of we conceded like 4 or 5 more goals than teams that finished like 5th and 6th. And
wow,
and in terms of
there
that, so what Amorim was saying, that if we look at the amount of goals we conceded and the amount of games we drew and the games that we drew or lost by 1 or 2 goals compared to teams that actually finished 4th, 5th, and all of that, he said that they weren't too much in it. The difference was the strikers. Had you scored goals, he wouldn't have been in that situation. So that's why he's gone out for all-out attack. He wants Cunha, he wants flipping Mbuemo, he wants a striker, because he thinks
he's going all-out attack.
Yeah, because he thinks that was the biggest difference between us and a lot of other clubs, which he's right to an extent. But the problem is, you could have got some type of support at least in January, and we wouldn't have had to be that bad. But now you're here with a whole season of doing bad. You've got a lot of pressure coming in from the media. You have a lot of pressure that's going to come in from the fan base. A lot of these players haven't had that 6 months with you because they, or at least 4 running. So that's why they've gone in for Premier League players, because they got to hit the ground running. So it's like there's a lot to go right. And it's easier for a lot of things to go wrong for this manager. That's the problem that I see. There's a lot of things that he needs to go right next season. But I guess because we've done so bad last year, I think if Man United are sitting 6th or 7th, the fan base are going to be giddy because of how bad we finished.
6 is where I predict United to finish next year. If we get the players that we want to go and get, I predict around 6 next season. But if I don't, then I think it's going to be another struggle next year. If I'm being true honest with you, I think it's going to be a very, very big struggle next year.
I think once we go into the top 10, I don't see United coming out of the top 10 once we're in it next season. Like, I think we finish 6 comfortably.
Bro, we said that last year. I'm telling you now, I remember when it was around top 10, you were like, yo, surely it's the lowest we're going to get right now. Surely.
Yeah, no, I believe now. But it depends on the strikers. I think if Man United...
I swear to God, Musa. Musa, I swear to God, you make me laugh.
Do you think we're going to get two other attacking forwards in or not?
Yeah.
If we get 2 another attacking forwards in, if we get Mbuemo in, I think Man United comfortably finish top 10. Comfortably. because of the amount of goals you're adding. You're adding 2 players who combined are coming with like 40 goals.
Look where we've become, man. What is going on, man? Like,
But
what?
top 10 is not enough for me. I want top 4 next season.
Top 10 is crazy, bro. United Football Club, top 10.
No, I want top 4, Saeed. I want top 4.
I think for me, I think top 4 is no go.
No. We need to compete. We need to compete for the 4th position. We
got one game a week here. There's no excuses not to get to top 6 minimum.
How many wins away? How many wins away were we?
With what midfield? With what defense? With what playing back at the 5? Saeed, please explain to me how we're going to do that. You need to. Saeed, listen to me. You need to play good, effective football to be able to do that. You tell me how this is going to happen. Explain to me. Break it down for me.
No, but I've said it in a way that I feel like for me, it's like it's going to be based on the players that we go and get. Not if we don't get anyone Nuruddin, then of course I'm not. Sorry,
who's the only guy who's going to pre-season now? By the way, since he's joined United now, he's everywhere now. People keep sending me photos of Cunha in Los Angeles, in Brazil, partying, drinking wine with Vinicius Jr., with Neymar.
No.
Ronaldo. Yeah.
I'm not lying to you. For me, if we get the players that we're gonna get here, and then United can get top 6. So if we get striker, right 10, left 10, 2 midfielders, and maybe a wing back and a goalkeeper, then top 6 is available for United. United can aim for that top 6. If they push for top 5, it might be one of them where they just about miss out on top 5. But I believe top 6 can be available if them signings are brought to the table. But if they're not, then of course I'm not really. I'm just here for the vibes. I don't think we'll do anything, bro. If I'm being honest with you, I think maybe I'm dreaming. Maybe it's a lot to do. But right now at this stage, I think there are better teams than us. I think the top 4 is secured. Maybe top 5. I look at Man City being the champions, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. That's top 4, right? I think Newcastle still are there for top 5. I still think Villa are ahead of us with their team, with the manager as well. Brighton, these teams here, bro, I think still they're ahead of us, bro, right now as it stands. But obviously, they lose João Pedro and they lose other players and they start decreasing. Then of course we'll climb up the table. But as of right now, I still think right now we're a bit behind now. If I'm being honest with you, we haven't managed to bridge the gap yet. I don't think so for me. But it's a big summer though, man. It's a big summer. You have to wait and see. Right now, it's a bit slow, man. It's a bit slow. It's a bit dry. Ekitike, let's see what happens with him. We will see some random
next season.
Yeah.
Next season, we got to win a minimum of.
We lost 18 games this season, guys. 18 Premier League games. I just want to remind you all. 18 Premier League games. Now, Manchester United, for you guys to tell me we need to finish in the top 6, Manchester United need to win. Guess how many games? Have a guess.
19,
Manchester
20.
United, 20 games at least.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, we can win 20 games.
At least 18. You know that 18? You need to reverse that 18 games you lost to win 18.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that.
But I don't know, man. I don't
know. Bruno, Casemiro, Maguire at the back, yeah?
No, we can win 18 games. I'm not having that. We can win 18 games.
With the back 5.
Now we can win 18 games. It's the goals. We weren't scoring goals, guys. You won't win a game if you can't score goals. I don't care who you are. There are games that we should have won that we lost because we got opportunities to score and we didn't score goals. If you look at the draws,
we won 11.
How many draws did we have? How many draws did we have?
We had 9 draws.
Okay, how many draws did the top team have that won the league? Let's see how many draws Liverpool had.
Liverpool had 9 draws.
Exactly, cool. So the difference between us is games that we should have won, we lost. It's not about the draws. Yeah, we need to reverse 11 losses to 18 wins, like Nuruddin's saying. We got to reverse the wins and the losses, and we can do it. Because look, cool.
With Amorim, are you confident with Amorim though? That's a problem.
I think with just scoring goals, because we had the opportunity to score goals. You know what it is? Scoring goals breeds confidence. If you score goals, the team's going to be confident.
Yeah, I know. But you have to still, that's what I'm saying. If we don't find the correct balance up front, yeah, and we don't have the correct balance in midfield, the problem is with scoring goals, yeah, it doesn't just start up front straight away, and all of a sudden the ball's up front, and it, you know what I mean? Like the ball
tell you for free. One of the
salaries, there's a build up.
Look at this. Look at Ahmad was injured. He came back, and he ended up scoring like 3 or 4 goals after that injury. You know.
Yeah.
In that short period of time, Ahmad is an attacking player. He has the ability to take the defense left or right. He's got an eye for a goal. Cunha's the same. These guys, and Mbuemo's the same. These guys will get you goals. I'm not worried about that. There's that. I might say we're going to finish in the top 4. No, but we're not finishing how we did last year if we get goal scorers. I don't think man know how bad it was.
But Musa, we've been bad, really bad goal scoring. For how long? Manchester United have been. If you look at the last 5-6 seasons, our goal scoring has been dropping.
Yeah.
Do you think it was just Ten Hag, or it's players?
But we have players that can get us clutch goals.
And it's a graveyard shift. It's the graveyard shift. The last time we were fluid, we scored goals was during lockdown under Oli with Greenwood, Rashford, and Martial.
But we won games, though, man. We won games. That's the difference. We won games. I don't understand how people think that Man United. This is why I'm trying to give you an example. If you look at the season before and you look at Nottingham Forest, how they switched their losses to wins. It's not really the draws. They got goal scorers. They got more attacking. Their finishing got better. Their conversion rate changed. I just feel like if we've got more clinical forwards in the team, which I do believe Cunha and Mbuemo are, I think we'll get goals. I'm not worried about that. Do I think we're going to finish in a top 4? That might be a stretch. But I easily think we finish between 7th and anything between 7th and 5th. But I want to ask you guys, Ten Hag did that and it weren't good enough. I don't think just finishing 7th next season means that it's working for Amorim. I don't think that, guys.
No, I don't think that as well. I don't think that as well.
Because United's 5th next season, it's working. No, I just feel like if we get in the right players, they will have the capability of shooting their way into the top 5, the top 6, the top 7th. I believe that. But the problem is, are we going to see something in terms of a team that can dominate in how they play the game and go away to other teams and just beat them based on not just because Cunha's had a good game and Ahmad's had a good game. If we go back to, listen, guys, we've seen individual brilliance get us high in the league. We've seen it.
Yeah.
But we weren't happy with individual brilliance. So I'm looking at the type of players we're getting now, and I believe these guys can do individual brilliance. I know Cunha can do it. I know flipping Mbuemo can do it. Ahmad can do it. Zertsky can do it. But the question is that enough, guys, to have this individual brilliance? And again, looking at a team that's not gelled, that's not playing together, without assist, is that good enough? I don't think so. So I'm not here that United finish 6th next season. It's like Amorim should keep his job. I don't.
No, it depends on the style of play, though. There's a lot of nuances to it. There's a lot of, like, I think for me, layers to what you see as success next year. For me, it's about how we evolve as a team. Are we scoring goals? Are we fluid? Are we entertaining? Are we actually good to watch? Are we consistent? Like, you've got to, like, I think with one game a week, guys, like, we need to see, like, the whole ethos of what the manager is about. Like, what does he represent? How does his team replicate that on the football pitch? Like, what do we do as a team, bro? Like, if we don't see that week in, week out, like, I always say, the perfect way to judge a team is that every week you know what you're getting and you know what's going on. Like, every week, you know what? I know how my team is playing this week. I know what's going on this week. When I know that, I'm like, I'm cool. I'm at ease. I've got this almost like this image in my head of like, yo, I know what's going on, guys. Relax, everybody. We don't know that. Week to week, it's always different with Man United, bro. And that has been the problem with Man United for so many years, especially under this manager right now. We've been so bad week to week. Week to week, we've been so bad. Yeah. And that's our issue.
Saeed, I just want to add to everything you said. You're only good at how ambitious your owners are. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. You're only good at... Look, that's what I'm saying. It's hard to compare ourselves to Man City, but they're facing 115 charges. And they still sign 7 players. They back the guy. three players, and they signed for who they said they signed Jerky. They've signed what's it, a Dutch guy, midfielder from AC Milan.
Yeah.
Riders. Who else have they signed, Saeed?
Cherky, Reinders, Eight Nori, and then a goalkeeper as well. But they also spent money, obviously, in January as well.
There you go. For me, it comes down to what it comes down to, and how ambitious your owners are. The Greek guy who owns Nottingham Forest, Saeed, is not resting on his laurels.
Yeah.
He didn't get Champions League this season. He's already got 3 Brazilian players lined up, come straight into the team.
Yeah.
So, Saeed, you know what they say in it? They say there's an old saying that if there's a will, there's a way. Is there a will?
Facts.
To Glazer and to Ineos.
Let's see. We'll have to wait and see, man. Let's see what this club is about, man. But right now, at this minute, it's not looking good, man. We'll see. Like I said, we were here before, and then Mbuemo happened. Bomba happened about an hour later.
Give me your the crucial positions. Are you worried about the midfield as much as
midfield for me? Midfield for me. Get me 2 midfielders, and then I can be happy, man.
Do you think Amorim might have to change the formation, change the system?
Nah, man, because then you're changing your whole, like, you might as well not be here, bro, if you're changing your whole formation, bro. Stick with it.
You tell me once the last time playing 3 centre backs have been successful in the Premier League, and we don't play 3 side. We play fat. You tell me the last successful manager playing a back 5.
Back 5, not, but 3-4-3, the way it's meant to be, was Conte. We won it in 2017.
And how long ago was that? And that was a quality,
a while ago, man.
World. I'm talking about world-class players.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, the league's gone better, man. The league's gone better now, man. I'll be real with you. Like,
what's the standards of the league now?
The league, man. You're not getting Bournemouth and them, man, like just rolling over now. You're getting teams that are competitive now. Brentford's, they're all, it's getting better. And I'm not saying the league's getting better, but I'm talking about it's getting competitive, though. Getting more competitive now.
Listen, no, the middle and the bottom teams, so the mid-table mediocre teams are getting better. And the teams behind the big teams, the big 6, are getting better. But we're no longer in that conversation. We're in a halfway house at the moment. We are in a halfway house, trying to escape the feds and the mafia. We're in a halfway house. Musa, we're in a halfway house. We're not in a trap house because it's too hot. We're in a halfway house. That's where we're at. We're now chilling, so we don't know. And Musa thinks we can make it. We can skate and make it to Alicante. You know what I mean?
Individual. You know what it is? Because you got a couple individual professional thieves, and they can do what they can do. And that's what I'm saying. We kept on saying it before that we were doing bank robberies, lastminute.com. Cunha will do you bank robberies, guys. This is why I said to you that I'm not gonna be happy finishing 6th if it was just based on bank robberies. How many bank robberies did Ahmad do? That Southampton game was a bank robbery, bro.
Yes.
And this is what I'm saying. When you've got players of that caliber and that quality,
it's not sustainable. Can I ask you that question?
It's not sustainable. No, it's not. It's not. That's why I still. This is why I say I can still see us finishing high, and it's still not being sustainable. And he has to go. I can see both.
Yeah,
I can see that. It's not.
But
sustainable.
That's what we are. At the end of the day, for me, Manchester United halfway house FC, mate. I don't think anything is sustainable. I told you lot, and you were telling me Europa. I said this is not sustainable. Playing against these crap teams in the Europa League, it's not sustainable. And going and throwing in a towel in the Premier League games, it's not sustainable. And that's
would you get Kabaka United, Nurden?
Saeed holds up the ball. I'm sorry to say, but he holds up the ball. I don't know what his injury's like. If he struggles,
he's injured.
Yeah, he had a mad cruciate ligament. Injury. So I don't know where that is like. But for me, at this moment in time, it needs somebody who can hold up the ball and lay it off to people. We're not asking, like Musa said, I'm not asking you to be an R9. I'm asking you to do the fucking basics. When it comes to our goalkeeper, I need you to do the basics. When it comes to the wing back, I need you to be able to do the basics. When it comes to centre half, I need you to be able to do the basics. When it comes to midfield, I need you to be able to do the fucking basics. And up front, I need you to be able to do basics. What's your first touch like? I've looked at Ottoman's first touch. Oh my God! Do you think Lukaku was bad?
Yeah.
Well, the one thing I would say about Ottoman, Saeed and Musa, If you put the ball in the box and you get it up in
He
the
will,
air,
he will. Yeah,
he'll
no,
win it.
but no chance, man. I'm not looking at Osimhen, man, as a player that United are going to get, man. Just waste of time, bro. I'm not getting excited, man. So Osimhen can find out what he wants to do, man, and what he wants to do with his life, bro. Because right now, I think Al Hilal will come back with a better bid.
Can I ask, Saeed, obviously, you watch a lot more Champions League games than me. You do a lot of watch-alongs. Is Leroy Sané that bad that he had to go to Galatasaray?
Yeah. He's finished now, man. He's not the same player anymore.
Yeah,
He's
lot of
lost
injuries.
pace, man. Lost the yard of pace, man. He's not the same player anymore. But he might do a job at Galatasaray. He might do, but he's not the same player he used to be. So yeah, let's see. But listen, people, we're gonna wrap it up here, man. We're still not on 500 likes.
I'm gonna go live.
Yeah, I'm gonna send. I'm gonna redirect you. I'm gonna redirect you right now.
We're gonna be talking about the two people who are in charge of our transfers, Fevell and Wilcox.
Yeah.
And look at the attributes, what both of them have done in football.
There you go, people. So make sure you go head over there, people. But let's get these to 500 likes, man. We're on 469 likes. Let's get these up, man. I need to go to.
Honestly, I don't know what people are doing now when they're not liking videos. I don't know what's happened. I genuinely don't know what's happened.
No, man. You know what I mean? Don't know, man. So people, like, let's get these likes up, man. Musa, big up as always, man.
Always,
man. Are you doing a watch along, side? Are you doing a watch along today?
No. I need to go to the dentist, bro. My teeth fell out, bro. So I need to go now.
No, Big Six. There's a Big Six. It was being
Big Six later on, man. But I might be injected around there. I might be one.
Well, you managed to get an appointment, one local, yeah?
Yeah, local in flipping. I tried to go to Dr. Umar, but he said 2:00 tomorrow. I said, get out of there, man. So I've just gone to one local one here in Stockport Road. You know what I mean? So it could be, I could be coming in with a
City fan, mate. You get a City fan with a flash.
You know what I mean? But I mean, it's emergency. It's an emergency right now, and I've got a hole in my teeth.
Yo,
so I need to get that
take care of that, bro, because you know.
Yeah. I think I saw it straight away, man. So people,
look,
make sure you like the
Musa,
video.
if you got time, jump on Musa. Musa, if you got time, I'll send you the link.
So you know
Love people, man. Big up to everyone locked in. Smash a like on the video. Go to the Nuran's channel, and we're out, people.
We're fucking 15th. It's on the. We're 15th. We are 15th, sir. We are 15th. We are 5 points away from relegation. Yeah, we are closer to the bottom than the top, bro. We ain't winning Europa. There's no European football next year.